There you have it. They just wrapped up that news conference talking about the power outage in downtown South Bend. A lot of new information coming out, especially no public safety interruption as we kind of break down what happened in that news conference. Public Works operating as normal right now. 311, if you need information, calling 311, that is operating. And most businesses, thanks to all those generators that they've brought in, most businesses in downtown are open right now.
Yeah, that big group talking to us for about 30 minutes telling us, I&M still not sure exactly how this fire started. That was a big thing here. They're just worried about getting all of this power restored. That fire was contained to one single vault, so they have been able to tell us that. And the big news here, they do think they're able to get everybody that power back by noon on Sunday. So as we continue to follow this breaking news, the power in downtown South Bend, they think will be back on noon on Sunday as we get the latest information from this news
conference. And you may wonder, noon on Sunday, why? Remember, this is underground work in very tight quarters.
And dangerous work as they were down there doing all of this,
Not a lot of room to move around. They've pulled out all the old cable that we've heard of. Yeah. Now they're going to be putting the new cable in, so very tedious work down there as well. Yeah. Of course, we have extensive coverage right now as well, coming up, team coverage.
We do. A lot of businesses affected, too. As we take a live picture downtown, we're going to take a look at all this because Memorial Hospital was one of the areas that was really, really devastated by all of this. They lost power, the Crossing School, government offices, hotels, shops, restaurants, all on one of the busiest weekends of the year, too. I mean, the timing of this, not good. Notre Dame, St. Mary's graduations, huge generators are powering some of those businesses. I mean, that is the good news there. But look at the signs there. We have no power. The message is clear. Eerie downtown today.
And you heard from President of Indiana Michigan Power, Paul Chodak. First of all, he apologized for what happened, but they have crews coming in from Fort Wayne, Ohio as well, saying they are working 24/7 to get this power restored, get it back on in one of the biggest weekends in South Bend right now.
Yeah, and to prevent any more damage, AEP did turn off most of the power downtown. They had to shut off 4 of the 5 circuits in downtown about 12:30 in the morning just to prevent, I mean, they were worried about any explosions from happening. WSBT's Kelli Stopczynski joins us live from the South Bend Fire Station on South Michigan. Kelli, you were there for that news conference, listening to everything. I heard you asking a lot of questions, so give us the latest on your end there.
You know, just as you guys were saying, power expected on by noon in the affected area Sunday. That is very good news for everybody. And I&M says it is working hard to hopefully get power on before that if it can. I also asked the I&M president, you know, is this delay because we're waiting for equipment, things to come from other areas? And he said no. What they need to fix this is here. And I also want to point out what we learned earlier today. If we can take some of the video of crews working out. You know, this happened at 10 o'clock last night. They didn't shut all of the power grids off until about 12:30, and crews had to spend another roughly 10 hours before they could even get into this tunnel to see what was going on, what the problem was, what may have caused this, and how they could fix it. And that's because there was so much smoke and water and even foam from what firefighters used to put that fire out inside. Again, the I&M president and CEO also promising crews will be here working around the clock until power is back on. We saw street crews bringing in light towers today, light towers that they will use to work through the night if they have to. Jen and Rick, you mentioned that that crews are rotating in and out from Fort Wayne and then from Ohio to try and keep this on. But also, as you mentioned, I&M president and CEO apologizing for the inconvenience. But, you know, I asked him, what caused this? Do you know? And he said, right now, we are focused on getting the lights back on. We will do an investigation later. We will try to figure out what happened. And I said, will you tell us? Will you let us know what happened when that investigation is done? And he said, sure. Jennifer, Rick?
You don't have any idea how long that investigation might take either, because they are so focused on every other part of what they need to do right now, right?
That's right, and I talked with I&M officials earlier. A spokesman told me this does not happen normally in their coverage area. He said they have never seen anything like this where they just have a whole downtown go black. And you might have also heard me ask, you know, there was a fire in 2001, you might remember. It came up through some of the grates from the sidewalk in downtown South Bend near the Quiznos that was down there. After that, I&M spent $20 million after former Mayor Steve Lickey put a lot of pressure on I&M saying, you've got to fix this. So we have this updated infrastructure. I know that crews were here in the last few weeks. They've begun a month-long inspection into that underground area, into the infrastructure to make sure, is it working like it's supposed to? Now, crews told me today they don't see any reason why those inspections would have caused this to happen. But again, you know, I&M's saying they're up to speed, up to date on everything. The biggest question here, why did this happen and where will that investigation go?
You're right, 2001, that was a major overhaul. Kelly, thanks so much for the update.
And here is where this power outage is happening. On the south, it starts at Sample Street, goes to Bartlett on the north. That's just north of Memorial Hospital. It goes from the St. Joseph River to the west and Chapin Street. Now, not everyone in that area is without power. Some have generators running, a lot of generators out there right now. Kovaleski Stadium has power as well, so tonight's Silverhawks game is going to happen. It is on tonight, and take a look. This is a time-lapse video of the downtown South Bend skyline last night. Look at this. It looks like a normal night in the city, and then our Skycam caught it as the lights went out after midnight. 800 AEP customers lost power. 250 of them, they live in the downtown area. Of course, one of the busiest weekends for downtown businesses because of college graduations. Now, WSBT's Denise Bone is live along Washington Street right now. And Denise, you walked all around downtown, talked to restaurant owners, talked to store owners, hotel owners as well. This outage could cost them big bucks.
Absolutely. Just really bad timing. I mean, take a look at this, Rick. This sign, sorry, we have no power at this shoe store. This is the Subway here in downtown along Washington Avenue. They have no power. They're supposed to be open on Fridays, you see here, until 8 o'clock. But yet there are several restaurants, dozens of them downtown, like Cafe Navarre, that are operating on generators and will be open for business today, trying to get the lights back on and get customers in their doors. There are at least 20 generators currently running in the downtown area. Electrical workers we talked to say they've never been so busy. Now, South Bend's largest downtown hotel, the DoubleTree, which was booked, has lost 20% of their reservations due to the outage. Restaurant owners had to work fast also to save food from spoiling. They had several food distributors bringing large refrigeration trucks to help them out. Business owners again say the outage couldn't have happened at a worse time because of Notre Dame and St. Mary's graduations, people coming to town for those celebrations.
There's a few folks that have decided to go and find another room or whatever, and chances are we'll make them up with somebody else that needs a room. So it's a high demand weekend for the city. After crying, you know, I don't know, really was at a loss, didn't know what to do, but I think everything's going to work itself out. Hopefully it won't be till Sunday evening, as they say.
Now, just take a look down this one alley. There are lots of cars, but if you listen, there are at least 5 generators running. You can see a small one behind this GFS food truck. Beyond that, there are 3 more, powering at least 5 different businesses, including the Linden Grill. One electrical company told me they have 20 guys, about all their employees working all around downtown just to install these machines, and they're trying to work as fast as they can because, again, this is one of the most crucial weekends for business owners in South Bend because of all the graduation ceremonies going on. They want to get these things installed so that they can get lights on, power up, and people indoors so they can get money in and take advantage of all the visitors. Reporting from downtown South Bend, Denise Bone, WSBT, Channel 22 News.
Now, another issue is those living downtown, including the Sanctuary at Trinity Towers, a senior living community on South St. Joseph Street. The property manager says the issue is that some of the people who live there use wheelchairs and rely on the elevators to get them from floor to floor. There are 9 floors in the building, so they're calling in extra help to move those people. We're told the workers are checking to make sure everyone has everything they need.